any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Canelo, choose one, please.
Guys, we gotta go. We don't.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? It's just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy. He's better.
Terence "Bud" Crawford, widely regarded as the sport's undisputed pound-for-pound champion, has issued a bold and unmistakable challenge. He's not just testing the waters, he's drawing a definitive line, directly targeting Floyd Mayweather. Crawford has made it clear that he's prepared to risk his flawless record, signaling a willingness to take on one of boxing's most legendary figures. At the very height of his career, Crawford has no patience for showy exhibitions or watered-down contests. His demand is simple, a genuine fight, with real stakes on the line. Moments later, he underscored that message, making sure the boxing world knew exactly where he stands.
He said afterwards, "You are better than Floyd Mayweather."
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
When you heard that, what did you think?
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know. I don't go on for that.
Speculation of a potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Floyd "Money" Mayweather began with a single spark, one rumor strong enough to shake the foundations of the sport. At the heart of it lies a challenge that strikes deeper than prize money, a call that could compel Mayweather to risk the crown jewel of his career, the one thing he's guarded more fiercely than fortune itself, his untouchable, undefeated record. The buzz only grew louder on the night Crawford entered the ring against Saul Canelo Alvarez. That bout wasn't just another fight, it was a turning point, the exact stage Crawford had been chasing for years. For him, it represented vindication after a career spent in the shadows, often branded as the fighter others avoided at all costs. Now, the so-called most ducked man in boxing had arrived on center stage, ready to prove why his name couldn't be ignored any longer.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev
was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo though?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
Crawford's path wasn't just difficult, it was nearly breaking. He has openly admitted that the frustration ran so deep, he was close to walking away from the sport altogether. For years, he chased the fights that would cement his place in history, yet the doors seemed to stay closed. The pressure built to the point where his career was hanging in the balance. According to Crawford himself, if the long-awaited, legacy-defining matchup with Errol Spence Jr. hadn't come together, retirement was on the table. That revelation underscores just how desperate the situation had become, a champion at the height of his ability nearly forced out, not by defeat in the ring, but by a lack of willing opponents. It was a rare and candid glimpse into the toll the business side of boxing can take, even on its greatest fighters.
Fight happened, it happened. If not, then, you know, it just be one of those fights that go down in history that didn't happen. You know, it's numerous of fights that didn't happen. Do I want the fight? Absolutely, yes. Have I tried to make the fight? Absolutely, yes. Do I want the fight after this fight? Absolutely, yes. Like, of course, you know, but if it doesn't happen, then it's out of my power. I can't, you know, make the man fight. I can't make the man, you know, go against, you know, what he stands for with his team and all that. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to continue to do what I do.
How was this particular weight cut? Was it a very difficult one, or did you feel at ease with the weight cut?
I mean, it's always difficult, but you know, like I said, I don't make any excuses. The better man won tonight.
At last, on the sport's biggest stage, Terence Crawford delivered the kind of performance that silenced every doubt. He didn't just win, he dismantled Canelo Alvarez, leaving no question as to why he belongs at the very top of boxing's hierarchy. That night etched his name into the record books. Crawford became the first male fighter in the four-belt era to achieve what many thought was impossible, undisputed champion status in 3 separate weight divisions. It wasn't simply another victory, it was history in motion, the type of accomplishment that redefines a career and sets a standard that future generations will measure themselves against. And in doing so, Crawford turned his long pursuit of recognition into undeniable proof, the kind of evidence that even critics can't cross-examine.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
The win left no room for debate. Terence "Bud" Crawford was now firmly established as the pound-for-pound king of boxing. But the real shock didn't come inside the ropes, it came after the final bell had rung. During the post-fight press conference, all eyes turned to Canelo Alvarez. Still measured and composed after defeat, Canelo carried the weight of experience, having stood across from both Crawford and Mayweather in his career. And it was there, in that moment, that he delivered a declaration no one saw coming, a statement that instantly shifted the conversation and left the boxing world buzzing.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Canelo didn't stop with his initial remarks. He went further, pulling back the curtain on just how formidable Crawford truly was inside the ring. Speaking with the tone of a man who had battled both legends, Canelo explained that facing Crawford was unlike anything he had encountered before. His words carried the weight of credibility, almost like sworn testimony from a key witness. Canelo detailed the relentless precision, the adaptability, and the suffocating pressure Crawford brought with him. It was less like fighting a single opponent and more like confronting a puzzle that kept shifting with every round, never offering a clear solution. By drawing that contrast, Canelo gave the boxing world a rare and unfiltered perspective, highlighting just how much of a challenge Crawford presents even to fighters who have already shared the spotlight with Mayweather.
We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just no let.
Floyd Mayweather's legacy has long been described as a masterclass in the purest principle of boxing, striking with precision while avoiding punishment. His defensive brilliance turned every fight into a clinic, a blueprint young fighters still study today. But the Mayweather legend isn't built on statistics alone. It extends far beyond the scorecards and undefeated record. His entire identity was shaped around a brand he engineered and defended with relentless focus, TBE, the best ever. That label became more than a nickname, it was a statement of authority, a declaration that his place atop the sport was untouchable. In many ways, Mayweather's career is both a case study in skill and a masterclass in marketing, intertwining his achievements inside the ring with an aura that has kept his name synonymous with boxing greatness long after his official retirement.
Floyd says TBE, the best ever. He's told me, I'm not even talking about in the ring. Someone else can have that. He's talking about playing the whole game. Then you have an argument. Playing the business side of it, not getting hit, getting out undefeated, making a ton of money.
This is also the man whose career has long been scrutinized by analysts, including Max Kellerman, for the way he managed his opposition after moving beyond the lightweight division. Critics accused Mayweather of being too selective in his matchmaking, carefully choosing when and whom to fight. But that debate has never been simple. Was it the mark of a cautious champion protecting his perfect record, or the work of a brilliant strategist building and defending his empire with precision timing? For years, the answer depended on which side of the argument you favored. Now, with Crawford publicly challenging him, that old question takes on a new dimension. What once felt like a settled debate is being reopened, this time with higher stakes and fresh urgency, as if the evidence in Mayweather's case file is being re-examined under a harsher light.
I'm not disputing your story, but I can see the money getting crazy after that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you'll see reports. You mentioned 100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten 100 million for a fight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened and it won't be.
When there's a percentage split between Floyd and Pacquiao, I'll just say this. On the Monday after the fight, we wired him in advance, and the advance was $100 million. Someone comes to me with a 9-figure check and says, we need your signature in order to release this.
Wow.
And that's when it set in. It's like, wow, we're at a different level.
Yeah.